Hello and welcome back to Inside Edge. So, as you all know, IPL is about to start from the 22nd of March. So, I decided that might as well get into the hype of the start of the IPL and give previews for all of the teams जो IPL में इस साल खेलेंगी. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Having said that, this will be a five-part series. In every video, I will try to discuss two teams. So let's start. I think we should start with the teams that will play the first match: Kolkata Knight Riders and the Royal Challengers Bangalore. So let's start with the defending champions. Obviously, Kolkata Knight Riders were the team to beat in last year's IPL. Sunrisers Hyderabad, which was the team which you could say personified last year's entire IPL, they went 0-3 against Kolkata Knight Riders. I'm pretty sure 0-3. If I remember correctly, they might have even been 0-4. The Kolkata Knight Riders had the Sunrisers Hyderabad number. They could not do anything against Kolkata Knight Riders. And a lot of that was because of Kolkata's great bowling. Vaibhav Arora, Mitchell Stark, Harshit Rana, Varun Chakravarti, even Suyash Sharma I'm pretty sure like one of the games, Sunil Narayan, Andre Russell, a brilliant bowling attack led by one of the best captains in the history of IPL in Shreyas Iyer. So it was just the perfect storm, and the Kolkata Knight Riders walked their way to their third IPL title. A lot has changed this time around. Obviously, a big loss of Shreyas Iyer, who has left in the auction and has been bought by Punjab Kings for 26.75 crore. And another big loss is of Mitchell Stark, who has left and has gone to the Delhi Capitals for about 14 crores, if I remember correctly. But in their places have come new players and new potential game changers. One of them, a left arm Australian in Mitchell Stark left, and a left arm Australian in Spencer Johnson arrives. Spencer Johnson, in my personal opinion, is one of the most underrated bowlers in the world. His line length, his pace, his precision, he has a very good IQ of the game. And he is definitely a player you should be looking forward to and waiting to see him play, because if Spencer Johnson plays up to his capabilities, he has the ability to win games on his own for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Obviously, Mitchell Stark is not a player who is easily replaced, but I would personally say that the loss of Shreyas Iyer is the one which is tougher to replace. Shreyas Iyer, whatever he touches, it turns to gold. Before he became the captain of the Delhi Capitals in 2019, they had not been to the finals in their history and were rarely in the playoffs, if ever. But Shreyas Iyer became the captain of the Delhi Capitals, and he completely changed their fortunes. And because of some mistakes on the Capitals management part and some mistakes on Iyer as well, their relationship ended in a bit of turmoil, with Rishabh Pant being made captain in Shreyas Iyer's last year with the Delhi Capitals. He was bought by the Kolkata Knight Riders, and his first year didn't go quite well for Kolkata Knight Riders because he was injured. Same with his second year, but last year he was fully healthy and fully committed to the cause. And we saw his acumen, his tactical acumen, his smartness come into the play, his game IQ, because there was really rarely a game where you could say the Calcutta Knight Riders were in trouble. Most of the time, it would be completely smooth sailing for them. As I alluded to earlier, the Sunrisers Hyderabad, who were the team to beat for the other eight teams, were completely a pushover for the Calcutta Knight Riders. And that is because of obviously the great bowling attack of the Calcutta Knight Riders. But part of that also goes to the great captaincy of Shreyas Iyer. So that was a hole that Calcutta Knight Riders had to replace. And after the auction, it was widely speculated that Venkatesh Iyer would take the captaincy, as he had been paid a lot of money in the auction. 23.75 crores, if I remember correctly. So it was widely rumored that Venkatesh Iyer would be the captain. But in a bit of a surprising decision, Kolkata Knight Riders announced that Ajinkya Rahane, who they just bought in the auction, has been made captain. Obviously, the decision is not a bad one because Ajinkya Rahane has captained before in the IPL. However, the thing is, Venkatesh Iyer, he has been a loyal servant for the Kolkata Knight Riders for the past 4 to 5 years. So obviously, the Knight Riders management made the decision after thinking. So there's definitely some thinking behind making Ajinkya Rahane captain because he has been a captain in the IPL for a long time. He captained the Rajasthan Royals as well in the past. So with a little success, but captaincy experience is captaincy experience. So that's the captaincy part of Shreyas Iyer replaced. However, his batting is something I believe is a bit more replaceable. I'm not saying Shreyas Iyer is not a great batter. He is a great batter. But in IPL, you can use platooning to replace players. For those of you who don't know what platooning means, that means to use 2 to 3 different lower quality players to replace the production of one big player. So in this case, you could replace the production of a player like Shreyas Iyer by using Ankush Raghuvanshi or Rinku Singh, Anukul Roy, Ramandeep Singh. So I don't think the Kolkata Knight Riders should have a lot of problems replacing the production of Shreyas Iyer. Now coming to their expected lineups, obviously the four overseas players are the main discussion when you're discussing any IPL team. And the thing with the Kolkata Knight Riders is that two of those four overseas players are just set in stone. When you think of Kolkata Knight Riders and overseas players, you think of two West Indians, Andre Russell and Sunil Narine. They have been great servants, loyal servants to the purple and gold of the Kolkata Knight Riders for a very long time, and I don't see them being dropped. So that's out of the four slots for the overseas players just gone. And I believe Johnson should be the third overseas player, and the fourth overseas player can be rotated between Quinton de Kock or Ramanala Gurbas, or if you're not playing Spencer Johnson for whatever reason, you could, and you want some pop in the middle of your order, you can always play Ravman Powell. So I think Kolkata Knight Riders have a good lineup. They have a lot of power in the middle, a very explosive top of the order, explosive but very hit or miss top of the order because you never know with explosive top orders that they may perform, they may score a lot of runs, but there's also a case where they may collapse. And here's another place where a player like Shreyas Iyer would be very useful for the Punjab Kings, as we're going to discuss in the video for the Punjab Kings. That a player like Shreyas Iyer, he is a very calm man under pressure. We saw that in the Champions Trophy. Whenever India would lose 2 to 3 quick wickets in succession, as I should say, Shreyas Iyer and Akshar Patel would be there to calm the waves and take the game deep. So that's where they're going to need a bit of luck to replace Shreyas. But Ankush Raghuvanshi is a brilliant player, and I think that he has potential to replace Shreyas Iyer. Maybe not this year because he's only about what 20-ish years old. But in the future, he has the potential to be a great player, not only for the Kolkata Knight Riders but also for Team India. And now coming on to the second team of today's video, and the team the Kolkata Knight Riders will face in the IPL opener, the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, or RCB as they are called. The RCB once again have found a way to get all eyes on themselves once again. It's not necessarily good. eyesight. Like everyone is mostly making fun of their horrific auction, but any PR is PR. Now coming on to the team, obviously last year RCB made a brilliant comeback to make the playoffs after losing what, six of their first seven games or something like that, and then they just went on an amazing run, made the playoffs. But don't ask any RCB fan what happened in the playoffs. Obviously, last year was heralded by that brilliant win at Chepauk against the Chennai Super Kings, and it was a relatively successful year for the Royal Challengers Bengaluru. But if you ask any RCB fan, you would say that the season ended in a bittersweet manner. Now, coming on to their team, obviously, because of their brilliant decisions in the auction, they have lost Will Jacks, and they have not retained Mohammad Siraj, who was a fan favorite and a player who always gave his best for the Bangalore jersey, and someone I never thought was going to leave RCB. But obviously, when old faces go, new faces come in, and they're not necessarily better choices in my opinion. But you have to replace them. Mohammad Siraj goes to Gujarat Titans, which we will discuss in a future video. But in his place comes one of the greatest T20 bowlers of this generation of all time, because mostly this generation has played T20, in Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who spent most of his career with the Sunrisers Hyderabad, but will now switch over to the Bengaluru side and play for RCB. Do I think is it a good move? Yes, but is it a move that will put RCB over the top? I don't think so. Bhuvneshwar Kumar is a great bowler. He's a legend of the game. He's an Indian great. However, in my personal opinion, he is past his prime. And at this point in time, Mohammad Siraj was the better bowler. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, a great player in his prime, can could win games on his own for you. Just look at some of his IPL seasons that he had in the late 2010s with the Sunrisers Hyderabad. They were known for choking teams under the leadership of Kane Williamson, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar was front and center of that bowling attack. But now he's old. Obviously, father time has caught up to him, and it has not necessarily been the nicest to him. So we will be keeping an eye on Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Now, the decision which looks worse and worse as seconds go on, minutes go on, hours go on. Will Jacks wasn't retained in the auction, and RCB decided to spend 11 crores on Phil Salt. Now, if you're getting prime Phil Salt, someone who bats with a strike rate of 160 plus and can be explosive at the top of the order, very good. However, the problem with Phil Salt has always been his consistency. And right now, he is probably in the most wretched form of his career, period. Because in the recent games Phil Salt played in India, against India, obviously they're playing in India, so there is going to be against India. He was terrible, just could not do anything. Varun Chakravarthi and all the Indian bowlers had him completely looking like an amateur player. And it does not help that they let Will Jacks go for him, because Will Jacks was one of the players who was front and center for RCB's return to form in the second half of last year. And that's not where RCB's problems end, because RCB have no spinners. Their best spinner is Krunal Pandya. Their only full-time spinner is a very inexperienced Shuya Sharma. They have no spinners. Will Jacks was an amazing option because he could bowl as well. They have absolutely no spinners. Their spinning bowling options are Krunal Pandya, Suyash Sharma, Liam Livingston, and that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. RCB have no good spinners. Good spinners, yeah, they don't have any proper spinners, any experienced spinners, period. And they are spending 10 crores on Jitesh Sharma, 10 crores on Liam Livingston, 10 crores on Phil Salt. Some of that money should have been pooled to the side for a player like Noor Ahmed. Even Adam Zampa would have sufficed. But no, we are going to go back to the nostalgia of 2020 and get Josh Hazelwood. That was a peak stupidity by the RCB management. And if you remember in my original video for IPL auction, I said that their ceiling would maybe be playoffs. They're not winning. And I'm sorry to RCB fans. You are one of the most passionate fan bases out there. You do not deserve this. You do not deserve such a weak team. Your bowling lineup is pathetic. And once again, your batting has to carry the load of your weak bowling lineup. Yes, Yash Dayal is a good bowler. Yes, Josh Hazelwood is a good bowler. Yes, Bhuvneshwar is a good bowler. But good bowlers do not suffice in the small confines of stadiums like Rajiv Gandhi. You need elite level bowlers. That puts too much pressure on your batting. And once again, what happens? Kohli scores a bajillion runs, 800 something runs. You maybe sneak into the playoffs, get defeated in the eliminators, say E Sala Cup naam de, and move on. That's not how it works. You have to change. RCB fans were promised change before the draft, before the auction. And all they got was, in my personal opinion, a weaker side from last year. They lost their captain in Francois Duplessis. They lost the heart and soul of their team in Mohammad Siraj. They lost someone who was instrumental to their revival in the second half of last season in Will Jacks. And what did they get? Downgrades. Downgrades. You spent 11 crores on Jitesh Sharma. I know he is capable of playing well, but as a Punjab fan, I am telling you, Jitesh Sharma is not a player who puts you over the edge. And when the going gets tough, Jitesh Sharma does not perform. He's a good player, a great player even on his day, but he is not a game changer. And what does that mean? It means that new captain Rajan Patidar has one hell of a challenge coming up. He made Madhya Pradesh into a very competent domestic side. Now, can he do it with a very, very weak RCB side? A lot of RCB's hopes were resting on the shoulders of young Jacob Bethel, but as most of you know, Jacob Bethel did not play in the Champions Trophy due to some injury, and his availability is questionable at this point. And if Jacob Bethel is healthy, I can see him being a very useful player for RCB, as he is someone who can bowl and he can bowl spin. So that is a very useful asset for RCB at the moment. They also said Tim David, but Tim David, he's a good player. He has coming off a brilliant Big Bash League season with the Hobart Hurricanes, where they won the Big Bash. But he is also someone who is prone to choking or collapsing, you would say, in the big moments. So I'm not quite sure about that. They got Swastik Chikara, who is been tearing up the domestic. I've heard that he had like 36 sixes in like one tournament or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there is obviously still some hope with this team, but I don't see them going far. Now, if we come on to their combination for this year, let's start with the overseas four. I think Josh Hazelwood is going to play. Phil Salt has to play for the amount of money they have put in his pockets. Liam Livingston is also a player which RCB cannot afford dropping. And the fourth overseas slot is subject to Jacob Bethel's health. If Jacob Bethel is healthy, I think he should be the number four overseas player. If he is not, then depending on the conditions, you could go with Lungi and Gidi as your fourth overseas player, or even the one Toshera. But I would prefer Lungi and Gidi. However, if conditions are such that your bowling should suffice, then a player like Tim David is not a bad idea. Obviously, they still have Virat Kohli, Devdutt Padikal is back, but their combination just does not make sense to me. Because you cannot, how do you make this team work? Phil Sort is going to open, is what I'm assuming at this moment. Kohli can play anywhere in the top four. Same with Rajat, but I'm assuming that the combination is going to be something along the lines of Phil Salt and Devdutt Patikal, I guess, opening. Kohli at one down, Rajat Patidar at two down, then Liam Livingston, Jitesh Sharma, what's his name, Jacob Bethel, Tim David, Krunal Pandya. So it's not a bad team per se, but I don't see their ceiling as being high. They're not a team I see going far. I think their ceiling is like the eliminator or the second qualifier at most. I don't see them making the final, and even if they make the finals, I don't think they are winning it this season. I'm sorry, RCB fans, but that is just the harsh truth. Your team is not good enough. Your combination is not great, and with the teams that are in this year's IPL, you need your combination to be great. Because look at CSK's team, look at MI's team, look at Punjab. Punjab has improved spades since last season. SRH's batting is even more explosive than last year. MI got Trent Bolt back. RCB needed something big, and they ended their auction with a big whiff. Now, once again, RCB fans will sit in front of their TV, say is साला कप नाम दे. Maybe this is the year, or maybe it's another year of pain, another year of misery for RCB fans. I guess only time will tell. Well, that is it for today. Hopefully, you liked the video. Obviously, a bit of a longer video because you have to go a bit into depth about the storylines building into the season for all these teams. So, a longer video than usual today. I also decided to do today's video in English because IPL is a global league and a lot of people watch IPL. So, I went in a language which many people can understand. So hopefully you like the video. If you like the video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel. If you want to follow me on my social media, you can do that. I have put all the links in my video's description. If you want to give any feedback on today's video or any video, the comment section is right there. You can give any feedback, positive, negative, any feedback, all is appreciated. And yeah, that's it for today. And yeah.